Hello everyone, welcome to Pandorastarot, and of course welcome to your July readings. This is a general introduction, just like I did last month for all the signs. So, welcome each and every one of you. Please remember to check your rising and your moon sign, as I always say, as well as your sun sign, because that will give you more information of all of the energies that could be available to each and every one of you throughout the month. And of course, um, like I always say, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for spending your time with me, for sharing, liking, and subscribing. I love the community that has been, growing around this small deck of cards. So thank you so much, and let's move on to the readings. Hello, Gemini. Okay, let's jump into your reading. Okay. We have in the challenge position the Two of Swords. This is a card that belongs to your element. Okay, the Swords is the air element. That's the element of your sign, so it has to do with all the mental process and the the capacity of clear thinking and to actually express also our ideas through words. What the Two of Swords represents is being at a crossroads. Sorry. This is someone who has to make a decision, but she's stuck. The swords are, we usually say with this card that the swords are crossed. So they're crossed over her heart. So there is a disconnection here between your head and your heart, and I think they're both going in different directions, and so you don't know what to think about. And there's, even though the element, or you don't know what decision to make actually, even though this is the element of air, we have the moon and we have water behind this, so there is a great element of emotion involved with this, and at the same time the moon represents our intuition. So I do feel like you have thought about this decision so much, you are almost, and ponder all the options, that you're almost unable to connect with your intuition. That our intuition is our inner wisdom, and perhaps you're asking for everyone else's opinion, and that has clouded your own intuition and your own judgment about this situation. So this is in the position of the challenge. This is what you will be dealing with, having to make this decision throughout the month of July. In the center of the reading, we have two very interesting cards that might clarify what this decision making is about. It's very interesting because in the center of the reading you have yourself. You have the Page of Swords. So of course, this represents the air signs. Aside from Gemini, could represent Libra, could represent Aquarius. This could represent either you, or the pages are to symbolize two things. One is they are messengers, so they bring in news, and in the case of the Page of Swords, they bring in truth, because they are, the swords people are very honest. Okay, so you could be hearing some truth coming from someone who is an air sign, or from someone who is younger than you. That's another thing. Pages represent kids, so it could be something that you even find out through your own children, or your nephews, or someone that is just younger than you, or that you see as younger than you. Maybe it could be a younger sibling. So either this represents someone who brings in news, or it represents you in the center of the reading, because you have to make this decision. Okay, so we're going back to this, asking for everyone's opinion. Don't. You are the source of the answer for this decision. Okay, next to it we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is a beautiful card that represents the union of soulmates. This is a card that, of course, the first thing that comes to mind is that a romantic partner. Okay, so it could be that you are deciding whether or not to enter into a romantic relationship, and you realize that this is something that will be very demanding of you. This is not just a light situation. This is not something that it's a one-time thing or a couple of fun dates. This is a potential relationship that could become really serious and really a lifetime thing. And it can also mean that for some of you that this Page of Swords represents news coming your way. It could be news about this person that you feel is your soulmate. Of course, I want to say, remember, not all soulmates are romantic soulmates, okay? Our children could be our soulmates. It could be that you find out that you're pregnant, okay, and that your child is going to be your soulmate. That's another thing. Or you give birth. There are no birth cards, but it could be that you give birth and you realize there's more than just a mother-son or father-son, father-daughter, mother-daughter connection with this child. There's something more that goes beyond this life. So again, going back to the majority of you, there's a decision you have to make regarding this soulmate, regarding the news that you get about the soulmate. And what you won't be able to change is that we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is someone from the water signs, so it could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is someone who is very receptive, very intuitive, and I just want to go back to the water that we have here. I believe this decision, this soulmate, is this water person. Okay, the decision that you have to make is about this water person. Could be male or female. These are general readings, but this is someone who is very much connected with her intuition. This is someone who I feel like she or he really gets you, Gemini, really understands you. And this is when you realize that if you actually enter into a committed relationship with this person, it's going to really be a serious one. So it could be that you're a little bit afraid of actually committing to that. In the position of the help you're going to receive, you have the Fool. Fool is the card number 0. It's the beginning of the tarot and the beginning of the road, the path of the major arcana. This is a great card to have as a general thing, for me at least. But also it's a great card to have as the help, because it symbolizes a new path that it's opening up in your life. And if it's not a romantic thing, it could be even like a job offering, that it's something completely different that you have from what you have been doing, and this is the person that the boss that offers you the position, and you realize this is someone with whom you could actually really get along, but this job requires a type of commitment from you that you're not sure you want to actually invest yourself into this. So the Fool represents a new beginning. In whichever way you actually make up your mind about this, it will set you on a brand new path. And this is something you're going to start with an open heart, a pure heart, with a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, because the Fool is someone who starts on this path completely convinced that he will receive everything that he needs, that nothing wrong can happen to him, that the universe is on his side, so everything will turn out just fine. So it's a great energy. So focus on that. Even if you get confused, just focus on the good stuff of this new beginning. As the final card, we have the 8 of Coins, 8 of Pentacles. This is a card that confirms this thing we have been talking about commitment, right? This is not just an everyday relationship. This is something much deeper. The 8 of Pentacles talks about having a lot of work to do and having to pay attention to detail. Now, the good thing about this card is that this is the card of the artisan who has the tools and the knowledge and the time to get to do this, to sit down and do all the work that needs to be done. Okay, so I do feel you're going to embark yourself into this relationship, into this partnership. Could be, like I said before, romantic, or it could be work thing, a work type of relationship. But once you do that, you're gonna start. It's almost like you, the gate is open and you start running, right? You start to get done all the things that need to be done. So this work that has to be done, even though it feels like a lot, you're gonna do it with a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. I think this, one of the things you, especially at the beginning of the month, one of the things you won't be seeing is that starting on this new path will actually make you very happy. It's a joyful new path. But at first you're going to be so focused on trying to make a decision and not being able to even listen to yourself that it could be really confusing. But as the month progresses, trust me, you will learn new things that will help you to make up your mind, and the path that you start on will actually be very, choosing to start on this new path will actually be a really good thing. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. Thank you, Gemini. I'll see you next month.